So yes, everybody makes mistakes. We all make mistakes. But even famous artists make mistakes. And
Some of us are a mistake. Ask your mummy and daddy and they'll tell you. You may be a blooper yourself.
But here's a blooper from someone famous. Two people that are famous. Lano and
Woodley.
even they make mistakes.
Maybe they were mistakes.
Maybe you're a mistake.
God bless. Thank you so much. It's quite a charming atmosphere around here. That's how I would describe it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to go off again and then come back on, and then I'm going to introduce us, and then when I introduce us, you just go wild with lots of clapping, cheering, and then we'll come on, and then we'll start immediately. So Frank, you just go off just to the side of the stage there. That mic isn't on. That mic isn't on. That mic isn't on. Mine is. Barnesy.
Doesn't matter. Oh, now it is. Okay.
Yours is. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome all the way from just there, really, Lano and Woodley!
My guitar playing has never sounded like that before. I think the band's I'm going through a pedal, but anyway, I feel like quite a rock star. Well, I find it hard to play and sing at the same time. So
Charming. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we'd just like to say at this point of the show that out of all the audiences we've ever had, you would easily have to be one of them. So that's really nice of you to come and just be so nice.
that sounds good.
It's not your...
It's not his rig. Doesn't matter. Hey, I'll be a pop star tonight.
You'll play it like that?
Yeah, I'll play it like that. It's fine.
Okay, great.
I might contradict myself, but at least I don't contradict myself. Okay, how you going? We'll just do it like this, Cole. It'll be fine.
I went to a job interview, it seemed to go okay. When I got home, I looked in the mirror. Hanging out of my nose there was a boogie. It must have been there all day, must have been there all day. I saw Macca from my old school on the other side of the road. I ran across and kicked him up the bum. I said, hey dickhead, and then he turned around. It wasn't Macca, wasn't Macca. I was speeding towards an appointment when a policewoman pulled me over. We got her well, she was gonna let me go. I saw an eyelash on her cheek, so I picked it off. It was attached to a mole, attached to a mole. I was woken up at 7 a.m. by a salvo doing a collection. I gave some money and I felt good inside. I closed the door and I realised I was naked. With my morning stiffy, morning stiffy. Okay, right, that's about enough of that because this is a public place and you don't want to tell stiffy jokes. This is not the stiffy centre, it is the Pika centre.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you one of the most beautiful crooners that the world has ever produced. Colin Stewart Lane. He appeals to boys for sex. I mean, boy, has he sex appeal. Sorry. I'm nervous. The guitar's gone all weird, I'm nervous. So, oh, hey. There's a man on the stage.
There's a man on the stage.
He's trying to... That's all.
He looks exactly like a roadie, but he hasn't got the crack of his arse showing. But you're doing quite well.
Yeah, Cole, show him what a real roadie looks like. I think maybe this is the chance to ask one of the big questions in life. Oh no, it's not. Here comes Cole the roadie.
Here, Barnsey, Farnsey.
Cole, it's meant to be a little bit of your crack. That's like we're heading into brown eye territory there.
I like to give the people value for money, although they didn't even pay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Colin Stewart Lane.
It was love at first sight when I saw you last night, but you broke my heart when you broke your silence and said, "G'day, how you going?" Okay. Charming comedy.
So actually we should let's do the song about Grandma.
Okay.
We wrote this song because my granddad died, and we thought that it'd be really nice to write a song for Grandma now she was alone, and so this is the song for Grandma. My granddad was an amazing guy, actually. He fought in the Pacific, not in the war. He was just on a cruise and got into a brawl that was quite... No, I shouldn't make jokes about him, actually, because he lost a leg in the war. It wasn't his, he was a medic. It was embarrassing for everyone. She's the bobbing lady, she's the bobbing girl. Oh no, she's the giver. She's the giver of the fags. Look, if you haven't got enough for everyone...
You're a fantastic lady.
Come on. Colin Lane and his amazing cigarette tricks. Hey!
There's a policeman, he's really good. That's all I'm going to say.
You must feel better about the new hats.
The new police force of 2003 will be wearing Frank Woodley hats. Okay, we should stop mucking around because this is our big chance to be famous. I mean, we've been all around the world, all around Australia, but this is the best gig we've ever done. The charming gig, the charming, beautiful gig. I mean, I don't want to muck around or anything, but I want to be famous. You know, I'm not shy in saying that. I want to be famous like, Alexander the Great or Scott of the Antarctic or, yep, that's what some people have said all my life. Did you say Scott of the Antarctic? Scott of the Antarctic.
I didn't think anybody even lived in the Antarctic.
What?
Scott of the Antarctic.
He didn't live there.
He didn't live there?
No, he didn't live there.
Well, why did they call him Scott of the Antarctic? They should have called him Scott who went to the Antarctic. Or the famous wanker. He really didn't live there?
He didn't live there. He went there on an expedition.
Really?
Yes.
What sort of expedition?
Well, he went there to see whether he would be the first person to get to the South Pole.
How'd he go?
Not that well. He died. A pretty horrible death.
Well, they should have called him Scott, who went to the Antarctic, but probably shouldn't have. Yes, my friend. That man, I think he just told you something about John Howard.
Something about John Howard. John Howard. John Howard. I mean, what more needs to be said? I mean, he's doing a good enough job of his own, being a bit of a weird man. I don't want to...
You're an improvisational genius.
I'm an improvisational genius. Cities and memory. Cities in the sky. The Celestial City. The Perth Cultural Centre. I'm not sure about that last one.
My friend had a baby and I went around to meet it.
Meet it?
I said, oh look, it's so cute that you could eat it.
Eat it.
Everyone agreed with what I said. They told me I was right, but they all went off their heads when I went and took a bite.
Whoa, don't cross the line. A sculptor builds a statue with enormous genitals. We all respect that greatly as a fertility symbol. We all call that art, so it doesn't seem that fair that a schoolboy gets detention for drawing digging balls on his chair. Whoa, don't cross the line. We were at my nana's funeral and I said she was a little dotty. We all laughed when Frank agreed and said she was quite potty. But things then changed forever when I heard,
I reckon your grandma is a useless, ugly turd.
whoa, don't cross the line. Isn't it a little ironic that we just said the word turd? We're singing a song about crossing the line and we crossed it by saying that word. We're a pair of lovable frowns who've won well, we. Oh, I see to the poppy dee do the free expression. Isn't it a little ironic that we just said the word turn? We're singing a song about crossing the line and we crossed it by saying that word. We're a pair of lovable clowns who shouldn't be that up front. We're not meant to swear like that, you stupid little. Can't you see that we've crossed the line? Ladies and gentlemen, we are Lano and Woodley, and it's been an absolute pleasure performing for the people down the front, and you people up the back have been, well, it's been a pleasure. God bless you.
Thanks a lot.
And festival on, baby.
Good on you.